welcome to We Are Crafted in His Image. I am here today with a 3D Thursday. We are going to make this fun little box, little gift box, gift bag. I'm not sure what you would call it. It's actually kind of a throwback Thursday as well because this is the very first 3D project I ever learned to make as a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator many years ago. We called it a 2468 bag, and you'll find out why in just a minute. So let's get started with that. I'm going to start with a half sheet of cardstock. This is just an 8.5 by 11 cut in half, so it's 5.5 by 8.5. And I am going to start by stamping on it. I want to do that first before I put any creases and score lines in there so that the stamp images come out very nice. So we're going to start with, I think we're going to use this big one. I like this one. This is like my favorite image in here. We are using the Forever Fern stamp set, which is another stamp set that is retiring. I am so sad to see this one go. It makes some really pretty foliage. I did kind of laugh when I first got it because it's called Forever Fern and there are no ferns in this image at all. But, you know, hey, it works. It works. So we're going to start with that. I think we just need that one and this little splatter stamp. There we go. And I'm going to move that out of the way. And I'm going to start with my blending because I don't want the blending to smear the Blackberry Bliss color. So I'm going to go ahead and start with that first, and then I don't have to wait for it to dry at all before I can start in. I find that sometimes the Blackberry Bliss takes a little longer to dry than some of the other inks. So I'm going to start, I'm just going to ink up this whole side going part way down, and this was just to add a little more interest to our bag. Pull in. I saw something the other day, I'm not sure what it was, I don't remember, but I just remember noticing the colors and writing down the combination of Blackberry Bliss and So Saffron. I thought it would make, whatever it was I was looking at, that's the colors that were in it, and it was really pretty, and I thought, oh, I need to make a project with those two colors. And so here we are, making that project. And so there is our So Saffron, just kind of lightly fading as it goes down. And then I'm going to leave that here because I'm going to need it in a minute, but I'm going to go ahead and get in our Blackberry Bliss and go ahead and start stamping. And I'm going to stamp one kind of right here in the middle to get me started. And then I'm going to work my way around that one. So by changing the direction, we're basically making our own pattern paper here. Tuck that stem in, all different directions here. Let's see. I have to keep thinking, like, which way, what would look best? Where would it go? I really want to fill in because this is really the only stamp we're using. We are going to do the little splatter stamp, but I'm not going to use any of the other leaves on this. So I'm trying to fill in as much as possible, as close together without overlapping as I can. I don't have to worry about this bottom section so much because that's actually going to be the bottom of the box. However, I'll get as many in here. I really love how these leaves look in this color. And let me tuck this in maybe this way. That might overlap. That's okay. Like I said, that's going to be underneath. So put that over here to clean. And then I don't think I need this anymore because I already stamped the sentiment earlier and cut that out. I'm going to take this yellow splatter stamp and I'm just going to randomly stamp multiple times going down, but not getting too far into the white area. And as it is in the white area, I want that to be very pale yellow. So darker up here and then lighter as it kind of comes down into the white area. Turning it here and there so that they're not all facing the same direction. And there we go. I think maybe one there, one there. that's good. And then one other thing I want to do, I did already, as I said, I've already cut and stamped and cut this out using, oh, I don't have it in here, our stitched shaped ones. And then I also used the layering circles for this one. They happen to fit very well, just like that. But I wanted this to stand out a little bit more, so I'm going to take my yellow blender brush again and come in on the edges and just add a little bit of a yellow halo around the edge of this circle. I'm using crushed curry, I think. I wrote so saffron, but I ended up going with crushed curry. There we go. Yes, I like that. And now comes the fun part. So let's put our little bag together. First, we got to get it ready. All of our stamping is done. So now I need my paper trimmer here. And this is where you find out why it's called a 2468 bag. We're going to start by scoring on the white side at 2 inches. Okay, so that's going to be the bottom of our bag. Then we're going to turn it this way, and I do need to open this out, so I'll have to move some things off camera there. And we're going to score at, guess what, 2 inches, 4 inches, 6 inches, and 8 inches, hence the name 2468 bag. And you actually could do this with taller sheets of paper and it would just make a longer bag rather than this short bag. So if you, I've even done it with a full 8.5 by 11, so it was just a really tall, skinny little gift bag. Totally up to you what your height is, but the 8.5 inches is the width for it. And now we need to do a little bit of trimming on this. So I'm going to grab my paper snips. And I don't know if you can see these very well in the camera, but there is a small tab here, and I'm going to cut it slightly off the line. I'm going to go slightly off of there, and I'm also going to go cut a little triangle off the end like that. And then on these, rather than cutting straight up the line, I'm going to cut off one side to the middle, off one side. So I'm cutting out little wedges from each of these little spots up to that 2-inch score line. And this just helps when it's time to fold up the bottom of the bag, that it folds up nice and neatly. And then this end one, I always have to turn it over to do because it's just easier for me. There we go. So pull all of these off. And that one didn't come off. There it is. There it is. And there we go. We have all of our bag is ready to assemble. I'm going to go ahead and fold on the score lines. Fold on these lines, and this one, and now I'm going to put a little bit of tear and tape on. Now when you put your tear and tape, we're going to put it on this tab, but you want to make sure you get it right up next to that score. Otherwise your bag will start to pull apart at that edge, and you don't want that. So put it all the way up to there. Oh, I think I'm going to have to make myself another cup of tea when I'm done here. See if that'll help with my throat. Then the easiest way I find to do this is to fold this side over and then fold this side over, and they should meet right in the perfect spot. And then just do that. And then this is your back side, so you can decide if you like this panel better or this panel better. I think I like, even though this is kind of, this part didn't stamp as well, this is going to cover that up. So I think I want this to be my front piece. So because of that, I'm going to put adhesive on that panel. That's my front. Go and peel that off. And then what you do is you put your 2 sides in first, put in the back, and then the front piece. That way you don't end up with one of these seams right in the front of your box. It's got a nice, it closes up nicely there. Okay, and then it's just a matter of, actually we're going to go ahead and put this on first. So grab my adhesive And I put the Blackberry Bliss circle straight onto the bag. Just kind of center it on there. And then push down, make sure it's adhered really well. Okay, and then these and my little leaf that I cut out. So we did use another leaf stamp. It's just the little one. We're going to put some dimensionals on. Let me grab the little dimensionals here. We'll put 2 of them on this one. And 2. Oh, I got a little half one there. 3, 4. That should work. Oh, that backing is already off of that one. Okay, then just making sure you're centered and you're straight. Again, push down, and then our little leaf goes down on the bottom. Like that. Now, you could leave this open. You could close this in like this, which is what I'm going to do. Then you could punch holes, 2 holes at the top, and tie this with a string. I am actually opting to just use a little library clip, I think they're called, and just close it like that. You can buy little clothespins, lots of little clips that you can use to close the top of it off. And there you have a cute little box. You can fit Ghirardelli squares in here. You can fit Lind circle, or the little Lind balls. There's so many different chocolates or other treats. A little tiny tea lights could fit inside there. So yeah, cute little 3D Thursday for you. I hope you enjoyed this project. And again, this stamp set is retiring. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed our project. And until next time, God's love and blessings to you. Bye.